The day the clouds came to school. Once upon a time, in a quiet village tucked between sunflower fields and strawberry gardens, there was a very unusual school. It wasn't the students that made it special, or the teachers, though they were lovely. No, what made it different was what happened on a Tuesday morning that nobody would ever forget. It started with a soft rumble. Not the kind that scares you, but the kind that tickles your toes. Lila, who sat by the window in Class 3B, looked up and blinked twice. Miss Poppy, she said, tugging at her teacher's sleeve. There's a cloud staring at me. Miss Poppy turned around. The entire class went silent. Outside the window, floating just above the monkey bars, was a big, fluffy cloud with wide, curious eyes and tiny round glasses perched on its puffiest puff. It blinked politely and waved a misty hand. The cloud spoke, in a voice that sounded like bubbles popping underwater. Hello. I'm Nimbus. I think I've taken a wrong turn on the breeze. The class erupted with giggles. You're a cloud, shouted Benny from the back. Yes, quite right, said Nimbus. Usually, I stay in the sky. But this morning, the wind blew my map away. So now I'm here. And I must say, your school looks rather exciting. The principal was called. Principal Figglebean arrived wearing his polka dot tie and his serious face, but even he couldn't stay serious when faced with a talking cloud holding a crumpled paper map. Well, Principal Figglebean huffed, as long as you're here, Nimbus, you might as well join us for the day. Nimbus was thrilled. He squeezed himself through the gym doors, making a funny PSSHHH sound, and tried his best not to drip on the science fair posters. That day, the school was more alive than ever. In art class, Nimbus puffed different shapes into the air and the kids copied them with their paintbrushes. One puffed into a pirate ship, another into a turtle playing the banjo. Even Miss Poppy joined in, laughing until her cheeks turned pink. In music class, Nimbus played the tuba by letting air flow through it, causing a deep, wobbly tune that rattled the windows and made everyone's hair stand up like porcupines. In math, he helped the students solve cloud counting problems. If 5 fluffy clouds float over the sunflower fields and 2 drift toward the blueberry hills, how many are left? Nimbus would ask, puffing out the answer in foggy numbers that hovered in the air. At recess, things got a little wild. Nimbus tried the slide, but he was too poofy and got stuck halfway down. It took 10 students, 3 push brooms, and a large amount of giggling to free him. But then something strange happened. As the clock struck 2, Nimbus began to look droopier. His eyes sank a bit. His puff wasn't quite as fluffy. He floated lower and lower, until his belly was nearly touching the school carpet. Lila noticed first. Nimbus? Are you okay? I think I'm starting to evaporate, he whispered. I need to get back to the sky before I vanish. The class gasped. Don't worry, shouted Benny. We'll get you back up. But how? Cried Miss Poppy. He can't take the stairs, and he's too big for the elevator. Principal Figglebean tugged at his tie. What we need is a lift. That's when Reggie raised his hand. Reggie, the quiet kid who always built strange things from cardboard. I've been working on something, he said. In the basement. Everyone followed Reggie to the school basement. In a corner behind the janitor's mop buckets stood a giant contraption made of wood, balloons, and bicycle parts. What is this? Asked Lila. It's my sky cycle, said Reggie, adjusting his goggles. I built it to deliver cupcakes to clouds. But I guess today it can deliver a cloud instead. Reggie hit a big red button. With a whir and a clank, the sky cycle expanded. Gears spun. Balloons inflated. A long harness unrolled. Nimbus floated carefully into it, wobbling a bit. Ready? Reggie asked. Ready, Nimbus puffed, a little nervously. The whole school gathered outside. The sky cycle began to rise, slowly, gently. It passed the flagpole. The top of the gym. The roof where the lost footballs lived. Nimbus turned and called down, "Thank you, children. Thank you, teachers. I will never forget your kindness." "And we'll never forget you," the kids called back. Then, with a pop 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 of balloon puffs, the sky cycle soared into the sky, carrying Nimbus higher and higher until he looked like just another cloud drifting happily above the sunflower fields. That evening, just as the sun dipped behind the hills, a little puff of mist floated down through Lila's window. It spelled out one final word. Friends. And from that day on, every time the clouds rolled in, the kids of Class 3B looked up and waved, just in case Nimbus was floating by. Good night, little dreamers. See you in the clouds.